here we go. All right, this is Macky. We're back with another episode of the Hidden Thread podcast. We got Juice with us, as always.
Right.
Not
Good
always,
morning.
most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
We had Samantha a little while, so
Yeah.
she's good too. But you had a question for me when we started out.
Yeah.
What was it?
So somebody that listens to the podcast asked me, because of my background, military, SWAT, and I deferred a little bit for your background in the Marine Corps. What is the most important things for a team to be effective?
Right. A team, we could make it about the high-speed black side being a shooter and all that stuff.
Right.
I think it's any team, right?
Right.
But yeah, I was in a pretty high-level organization. It was Second Force Recon Company before we had MARSOC and all that.
Right.
So it was the special operations arm of the Marine Corps, right? And I started out on the green side where we did the reconnaissance, surveillance. 4 to 6 guys go out, and we would get information before the assault force would get there. We get all the information about the building composition, the enemy forces, and all that. And we'd report that back. We'd meet up with them and give a dump. We'd be out there for weeks sometimes.
Right.
And that when you had all these teams, you had to have team players, man. And then you mentioned something we'll get to in a minute, but team player, what I mean is not the, hey, we look sexy for photos, or, we're not looking good for a G.I. Joe doll.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the hard stuff where,
The stuff that just sucks.
Yeah. Where, you look at a special purpose raid force. Everybody talks about Delta Force and SEAL Team 6. It looks good when they're on site.
Right.
But you don't talk about, sometimes they walk 20 or more miles to get there.
Right.
Before they ever do the assault. You know how bad that sucks?
Yeah.
At night
that
in
sucks.
enemy territory? Yeah. Now, something like the Bin Laden raid, they landed right on the site, but
Right.
which sucks in itself. You got a gigantic fan coming in. Here we come.
Oh, yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. Announcing, there you are.
Yeah, those things are so loud. But that was based off the intelligence. That's what they wanted to do.
Right.
A lot of times you're walking, you're using what we call the diesel feet.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
I remember those.
And you got a lot of weight on your back, and and even the green side where we did reconnaissance, you walked a lot, and you lived out there like an animal, and it wasn't comfortable. And we had guys that went through the whole RIP program, reconnaissance indoctrination program, basic recon course, the whole schools phase for a year, and we'd get out there and very uncomfortable. Those schools are supposed to train you to get comfortable in those uncomfortable situations.
Right.
They'd get out there and it would be hot. You would be hurting. You'd be hungry. And they would turn into a little, I'm going to say crybaby.
Right.
And they were gone. As soon as even in training or real life, they were gone.
Well, yeah, they need to be.
I didn't have time for it. It's a way live fire.
Yeah.
And
when it really sucks.
If they catch you, they're going to cut your head off.
Yeah.
Type thing. How's it going to be out there? And it stunned me that they went through all this training, which is hard. And they would get out there in a training environment with your team that you're going to deploy with overseas, and turn into a crybaby.
Right. Who you want to make a good impression on.
Right. That's not what I call a team player.
No.
Right? A team player is one that will, when it's hard, they're going to pick up more than their load and help carry that team, whatever their job is.
Right.
And that gets into trust too. If I can't trust you to do that, then it's over, man. So,
I agree.
We had people that had, so we got to look at them and their resume basically before they came to the team. And we'd have they went through a questionnaire and all that stuff. They went through the training, but some of them, they had a big question was, have you ever cheated on your spouse? And they would lie about it. And it would be noted that they lied about it because it was under a lie detector, right? They didn't kick them out, but it was just talked about their character.
Right.
I'm a guy, so if we make mistakes, terrific. We're not going to be perfect, but fess up to it and say, yeah, man, I jacked this up, whatever it was. Marriage, I didn't do well by my children, or I messed up a job one time. Let's just admit it and get past it, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going to lie on something simple like that because you're scared it's going to impact a future job, I can't trust you.
I'd rather you tell me the truth.
Yeah. But
because then I can trust you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So integrity is a huge thing.
Right. A lot of people think about these lie detector tests that you get for like top secret clearances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They know you're not perfect. What they're getting you at is trustworthiness if you lie about it.
Yep. I've done several, and it does not pay to lie.
Most of them ask you the questions before the test, and you're like, "Hey, man, yeah, I did this, I did that," and
they give you a pamphlet, a booklet, and it's questions. You got to fill it all out, and then you sit down with the polygraph examiner.
If you stole something when you were 22 and now you're 40, admit it, man. Just talk about it. That's trustworthiness, is what it is. So I try to tell my kids that, hey, let's don't keep digging the hole deeper. Let's stop digging. Get out. Let's talk about it. Start filling the hole back in. Try to, anyways.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, trustworthiness, being a team player. We had issues with people because we wore flight suits on the ship. We had long hair. They thought they were a little cool. We started to do things like clean up, clean weapons, vehicle maintenance. They thought they were too good for it.
Okay.
It's still, you still got to do that stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been around the Delta Force guys and the SEAL Team 6 guys and the Green Berets, you name it, the high level that are on TV all the time. The good one, they do that stuff. They do the nitty gritty. Hey, let's go do our oil changes on our vehicles. Let's go maintain our trucks. Or, hey, we got broken weapons. We can't nap today. We got to go drive over here to where the armorer is and get this stuff fixed and hang out all day instead of napping or playing Xbox. That kind of stuff. They're doing the stuff that nobody wants to do. Yeah. And it's not the stuff that's on TV. It gets books written about. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, for me, all the guys I was with in the military and law enforcement, if I couldn't trust them, on the SWAT team to get my back when we breach that door, we go through or whatever we're doing.
Right.
You don't need to be on the team. And there's guys that left the team because they lied and we caught them in a lie.
Right.
My assistant team lead caught him in a lie on the range about taking medications.
That's dangerous.
And he got butt hurt and stormed off and bye-bye.
Right. One of the best platoon commanders, this is still in the Marines. I did some stuff in the Army too, but one of the best platoon commanders I had, he's retired now. He retired as a lieutenant colonel, but he used to say, hey, I'll get into some shady stuff, but I need to know about it before it starts.
Right.
He said, if you surprise me, it's not going to go well for you.
Yeah.
So he needed to know about it before it got going. You know what I mean? But
that's a good guy right there.
Yeah. And we had guys that we were in Rota, Spain for 10 days coming off deployment, which can be dangerous, right? And the rule was, hey, you can do anything on the base, which is a big base with plenty of stuff to do. You cannot go out in town. All right. They would not let us go outside that base. So some guys snuck off, got in a fight. A couple guys got screwdrivers put on them and got in a hospital. And the ones that didn't go to the hospital tried to sneak back home like they were doing PT.
Yeah, nice try.
And then lied to them about it. And they got court-martialed. He sent them up to the colonel, and they got slammed for that. You know what I mean? For lying. And like he said, though, I get in some shady stuff. But I need to know about it before we start. So
exactly.
If they had just been honest about it, probably would not have gone as bad. But you lie to a guy that's had your back for a year, it's not going to go well. So that's my opinion. That's a good topic to start out with, Juice, but it has nothing to do with what we're going to talk about today.
No, but it's usual.
It gets into trustworthiness a little bit, right?
It does. It does.
Right. It's going to be a long one because I went 8 minutes talking about team player stuff.
That's good stuff, though.
Yeah, it is. So we're going to talk about stalkers, how dangerous it can be. You ever dealt with these idiots before?
One really good one.
Okay. Which one was that?
One really good one. It was high school kid.
Oh, love gone wrong type thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's usually what it revolves around.
Yeah.
Right. Did he get dangerous?
Yeah, she got rid of him. I can't say because it's names because it's around here.
Sure.
But I guess he was pretty infatuated. They had a good relationship, and then he started getting physical. Mm-hmm. And she said, "That's it, we're done."
Like punching and slapping.
Yeah. First, it started with the grabbing, pushing, and it escalated. And finally, she smartened up and said, "Look, we're done."
Right.
And he made a habit of stalking her, going to her house, watching her at her job, taking pictures. Mm-hmm. I mean, he broke into the house, stole her laptop. He just went way overboard.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, there's it gets to a point, so you can take pictures of anything in public, right?
You can.
But if a person comes to you and they say, I feel uncomfortable, you're making me feel uncomfortable following me around and taking pictures, and you keep doing it, that can get over to the assault level, right?
It's going to go to harassment.
Harassment, and then maybe assault. Assault, you have to put hands on, right?
Yeah. Here in Alabama, yeah.
Spit on them, touch them, throw something at them, whatever. But it can get dangerous. And we got some cases where in the United States where it turned into murder, high level actors and stuff. Well, first, let's get into the characteristics of a stalker, right? This is from Psych Central. This is a bunch of shrinks talking about it. They know about, they think they know about the brain.
Right.
They try.
They're just practicing.
Right. According to Marshall University's Women's Center, characteristics of a stalker can fall into 5 categories. All right. They don't have to have all 5, but it usually revolves around one of these or more, right?
Right.
Relationship. These stalkers tend to stalk previous partners and desire a relationship with the person. In some cases, a stalker in this category may desire a relationship with an acquaintance. Individuals who fit the stalker description and has had negative relationships in the past often meet criteria for a personality disorder such as narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, or sociopathy, or dependent personality disorder. You know what that sounds a lot like?
Mental illness.
Serial killers get some of that in there, right? You're talking about murderers and things like that. So there's some mental illness goes in with this. And, if somebody got some help about it, these are like typical mental illness people, though. They don't seek help, right? They think they're right. And it typically revolves around a previous relationship where one of them gets dumped. It can be men or women, too. It doesn't have to be men. And so they start stalking. It goes into criminal, like you talked about the other one. I'm going to break in your house and take your laptop and read it. That's burglary. I can't say it, Juice.
Burglary.
Burglary.
There you go.
Okay, got it. But yeah, it gets into that kind of stuff. And they put trackers on people's cars that they don't own the car. Those. And if you said you saw that, was you were policing? Did you see it?
Yeah. Okay. When I was policing, it turned out the kid actually had some issues. He had borderline personality disorder that was later found by a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
So
narcissistic personality or any of those, right? So
he had issues,
right? Then they get obsessed, right? So it kind of snowballs here. So get an obsession. This type of individuals constantly thinks about the person they idolize. Okay. We're going to talk about one today. Later on, it gets into that. They might create a mental life involving the person and have a hard time imagining life without the person. So this gets into where they see a celebrity and they think because that they start having almost like an illusion that celebrity has wants to have a relationship with me. They start sending them letters. Before you know it, they show up at their door. Those kind of things, which we're going to get into that. You may have heard of the phrase, this is a big one. Termortomania. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
All right. Which describes a delusion in which the person believes that someone, usually of higher social status, celebrity or a powerful person, is in love with them. It is likely that someone suffering from schizophrenia may fall prey to the erotomaniac delusion. So, yeah, schizophrenia, you're having a vision of, you thinking of something's going on. You looking that word up?
No, I just thought of something. I'm trying to think of what his name was. John Hinckley. Remember him?
John Hinckley Jr.?
Yeah.
Which one did he kill?
He didn't kill anybody. He tried to kill President Reagan.
He's the one that shot Reagan in the belly.
But he was infatuated with Jodie Foster.
And he thought he was doing this to show off, right?
Yeah.
Remember that whole deal?
Yeah.
Jodie Foster had no idea who this guy was.
Yeah. Not a clue.
She was younger back. I remember that was when she was younger, starting out, made a lot of movies.
Yeah.
That guy was nuts. Is he in jail still?
Yeah.
I don't know if he got killed in jail or died in jail yet.
No, he's still there. He was just denied parole not that long ago.
Okay. Good.
Couldn't think of his name.
I mean, he killed one of the Secret Service guys, right?
Yeah.
Injured a bunch of people, injured the president.
James Brady wound up shooting and paralyzing. And
so, you know, what's interesting about that? We have the Brady Bill, right? Based off of that. Which
it
says it restricts magazine capacities and different things, but he shot him with a revolver. So
yes.
Does that make sense whatsoever?
No. And I believe James Brady was an FFL holder.
Okay, probably was.
Yeah.
He was on Reagan's staff, right?
Yep.
He probably was. So, all right. Intelligent. That's another characteristics. Marshall University claims that stalkers are intelligent and carefully plan their stalking behavior. Someone who falls into this category could meet criteria for sociopathy. Sociopaths are adept at planning their attack and controlling others who charm or acting with glib. Glib, that's a funny word. I always go back to serial killers, right? The ones that we have a lot of data on in the past. They were very charismatic. They were very intelligent, but they were sociopaths.
Right.
Their whole goal of having this persona of being a good salesperson type get person and being meticulous in their planning was the goal of taking a life.
Right.
Now, if a stalker has those characteristics, could the next step be murder? Everybody, Macky here with ShadowNet Investigations. I'm the lead investigator, and I'm here to let you know that we conduct premium digital forensics. Whether you're looking to recover deleted data from phones, tablets, computers, you name it, give us a call, and we can help you out in recovering that data. Or if you think you're hacked, we have the tools and expertise to help you figure out who's hacked you and to find out how it happened, whether you need help with any digital forensic situation, recovering deleted data, hacking situations, or any questions you have about digital forensics, give us a call, 866-910-7499. That's a free consultation at 866-910-7499, or visit us at shadownetdigital.com.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Yeah. If you have the capacity and you don't think it's wrong to break in somebody's house and take their underwear, then there's nothing to say that you wouldn't put a knife in them or shoot them either.
Oh, exactly.
Because they're committing a crime to do something sick, basically. And they think they're correct, though. They don't think they're wrong. That's a problem, right?
Right.
They need mental help. You think if we catch these people early enough that they could get the help and be rehabilitated?
They may be able to get some help as far as rehabilitation. I'm not a big believer in rehabilitation on some things.
Do you think we should just pack the jails, right? Or
no, I'd like to bury some of them under the jails.
Right. Well, yeah,
the prisons, but
particularly heinous people, right?
Yeah. And that would clear out a lot of room and express lane too. But it's just, I don't know. Once you cross that line, they're very methodical, like you said, very charismatic. This isn't like a fly by night. Oh, I think I'll rob a liquor store kind of thing.
You need a little cash.
Meth. Yeah, I need some money.
Yeah.
This takes work.
Yep.
And I think it's more of their passion.
Mm-hmm. Meticulous planning is.
Yeah.
I do meticulous planning for a business. That's my passion, right?
Right.
So my passion is directed into the correct thing, where theirs is directed into
doing the
malicious
wrong
activities, but they think they're doing the right thing, which is crazy. It says motivated, obviously. Most stalkers believe that their object of desire is the only person they could ever love and tend to be motivated to pursue based on this type of thinking. So they don't look outside of this box of this person they're obsessed with and say, well, there could be other fish in the sea, right?
Right. It's that person.
Right. It has to be. I've always been interested in the ones that get obsessed with celebrities, football players, actors, actresses, and those kind of people. And they convince themselves that person wants to have a relationship with them.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. One of the more famous ones like that was the Rebecca Schaefer deal. Okay.
Right.
Young actor.
That young actress.
Back in the 80s.
Yep.
She was a model, and obviously she was on my CBS comedy, My Sister Sam. I remember that show came out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
Pam
I watched
Dauber.
I don't think
I remember
it.
that.
I don't think I watched. I remember the commercials, you know what I mean? But, and she appeared in several films, including black comedy, Beverly Hills.
She even did soap operas, I think.
Yeah. At the age of 21, she was shot and killed by Robert John Bardo, a 19-year-old obsessed fan who had been stalking her. Schaefer's death helped lead to the passage in California of legislation aimed at preventing stalking. Thanks, California.
Yeah.
This all took place in Los Angeles, obviously. Okay. Let's talk about the murder. All right. On July 18th, 1989, 19-year-old fan Robert John Bardo shot and killed Schaefer at her home in West Hollywood. At the time of her death, she had been stalked by Bardo for 3 years. That's a long time, my man.
Oh, yeah.
He had previously been obsessed with child peace activist Samantha Smith. I don't know who that is, who died in a plane crash in '85. So he couldn't be obsessed with her anymore.
I don't know who that is.
His obsession died, so he had to get another one, right? He then wrote numerous letters to Schaefer, and one of them she answered, just being a friendly celebrity, right?
Thinks she's innocently replying to a fan.
Yeah, a lot of them do that. As many as they can. They'll say, "Hey, thanks for writing. Here's a hat or a shirt or something." Or here's a signature. Anything. They're being nice, right? 1987, he traveled to Los Angeles hoping to meet with Schaefer on the set of My Sister Sam, but Warner Brothers security turned him away. Okay. Oh, if I see a movie set with name a famous actor, I don't know.
Oh,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Tom Cruise, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You think I'm going to be able to walk up in that set and say hi?
Oh, absolutely not.
What are you doing, doofus?
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened to this guy, right? Number one, they're busy doing whatever. And number two, these people, they're worth millions and billions. They're not
you're not getting near them.
Without an extreme background check and a reason to talk to them.
Right.
He returned a month later armed with a knife, but security guards again prevented him from gaining access. At one point, these security guys need to say, hey, there's a dude stalking our girl, right? Or trying to get on set. He returned to his native Tucson, Arizona, and lost focus on Schaefer for a while as his obsession shifted towards pop singers Tiffany and Debbie Gibson and Madonna. Okay. This guy's all right. Bardo watched Schaefer in the black comedies film Scenes from the Class Struggle in Beverly Hills. I've never seen that movie.
I haven't seen it either.
In which she appeared in bed with another actor. Uh-oh. So this made him mad.
Oh, no.
So he thinks that she likes him.
Oh, yeah. She's unfaithful now.
And she's doing a romantic scene on tape, right? Which she's just doing acting, right?
Yeah.
He became enraged by the scene, apparently out of jealousy, and decided that Schaefer should be punished for becoming another Hollywood whore. Arthur Richard Jackson had stalked and stabbed actress Teresa Saldana in 1982, and Bardo learned that Jackson had used a private investigator to obtain Saldana's address. Bardo then paid a detective agency in Tucson $250 to find Schaefer's home address in California's Department of Motor Vehicles DMV records. $250, that seems high back in the 80s.
Yeah, well,
He probably kept handling them.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, whatever, man, $250. And he paid it. With the help of his brother, he acquired a Ruger GP 100 357 revolver.
Can you say straw purchase?
That is a straw purchase, which is a felony, right?
It is.
It's a federal crime. All right, so this guy's obviously going way over the top. All right, let's talk about this. So a private investigator. So we get calls all the time saying, hey, I want an address for a person so we can serve them. I'm like, roger that. And I give them an address for a fee, right? We got access. People think we have a magical tool. It just tells us addresses. Those addresses are out there.
Well, isn't that what that crystal ball's for?
Right. All we use is what we call an aggregator. It puts all the information in one place, so it takes seconds to get the information instead of going and searching every county website in the country.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're looking at real estate sites. You're looking at tax. You're looking at property taxes, revenue sites, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it puts it all in one.
Yeah, it's just one little bundle.
It's an aggregator. So it's not, I didn't go sneak in somebody's house and pull their address or hack somebody's phone and pull their address or some kind of information. I didn't do it. It wasn't an illegal act to gather it. So this private investigator they tried to press charges on him, but they were like, he didn't do anything wrong,
Right.
But anyway.
I mean, that to me, if somebody come and asked me for that, said, oh, I'm trying to, find out, I don't know, Tom Cruise's home address. That's kind of a red flag.
Yeah, because Schaefer was in the news then.
Yeah.
She was popular,
Yeah, it's not.
I was just a kid. I was like ninth grade or something. What were you? You were like 62 by that point, right?
I think I was in the Marine Corps at that time.
89. But I was still in high school. But anyways.
Oh, yeah. I was a few years in the Corps.
So once he was certain that he got the address, he rang the doorbell. Schaefer was preparing for an audition for Godfather Part 3. Big movie, right?
Yeah.
And was expecting a script to be delivered, so she answered the door. Okay. Bardo showed her a letter and autograph that she had previously sent him. After a short conversation, she asked him not to come to her home again. He went to a diner nearby and had breakfast. Then returned to her apartment an hour later. She answered the door, a cold look on her face. Of course, she's like, what are you doing?
Right. Punk? She's annoyed.
Bardo later said that she had a cold look on her face. He pulled out the handgun and shot her in the chest at point blank range in the doorway of her apartment building. And she kept repeating, why? Schaefer is rushed to the emergency room and the medical center, where she was pronounced dead 30 minutes after her arrival. Sad story, but this guy, let's see what happened to him. This guy was a classic stalker. He was obsessed, single-mindedly focused on this girl, and had it, for whatever reason in his mind, he thought that she wanted to have a relationship with him.
Right.
Even seeing her in a romantic scene on TV, it made him enraged, like they were in a relationship together. You know, like it would your girl, if you saw your girlfriend or wife in that kind of situation,
right?
It would make you mad, right?
Right.
But she had no idea who he was, right? You think this guy had some screws loosed?
Oh yeah, he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Let's get down here though. So he immediately confessed to the murder when he was picked up, right? Marsha Clark, later known as her role, she was the DA. She was on the O.J. Simpson murder case.
Right.
She prosecuted the case, and he was convicted of first-degree aggravated murder. Aggravated meaning it had additional circumstances, right? In a bench trial, that means he didn't have a judge. Sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. So bench trial, he requested a bench trial.
Right.
You can say, hey, I don't want a jury.
Yeah.
In most places, but I don't remember the trial and all that stuff. But
yeah, I don't remember it either.
OJ came later, and that became our new obsession, right?
Oh so, yes.
We'll talk about OJ on here one day. But she was dating a guy, another actor, and her death influenced him. His film Moonlight Mile, about a man's grief after his fiancée was murdered. So it was a sad story, and went on to some legislation about handgun violence and some other things. But stalkers are still out there. And we have stalkers at the micro level too, where we see it where people get divorced and their ex-husband or wife still stalks them. You ever seen that?
Oh,
before?
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And they still are obsessed with what they're knowing about what they're doing and all those things. And those are a little scary too, because, we have murder comes out of those sometimes nationally. I haven't seen it in my business yet. I have had cases where the opposition, I was like, that person's going to kill my client. You ever had those before?
Yeah.
So nuts. And I don't know if there's a solution to this, because you don't recognize it until it gets out of control.
Yeah.
So either the murder's taking place, or you catch them buying a gun or transmitting some kind of email or something like that.
I think it's a little more noticeable the younger they are than it is the older they are.
They're not as meticulous when they're younger, right?
So they're a little sloppier, and I think there's more signs when they're younger, but parents, other adults, they can pick it out, I think.
So this guy, obviously, he's young, so he had to have some friends and family around him, and I'm sure he talked about it. I wonder why they didn't say, man, we need to get this kid looked at. They might have, but he just refused help, so.
Well, yeah, I thought Raquel Welch was just like it.
When you were 14.
Yeah. I thought she was the greatest, most beautiful woman in Hollywood, but I wasn't thinking she's into me.
You didn't think you were going to go pick her up for a date, right? So.
No. That's crazy.
I'm going to email. Is she still alive?
No.
Okay. Well, it's over. It's over then, Juice. You can't have her.
If she was, I would have her.
You go stalker?
No, I'd write her a letter,
But yeah, it's a sick mind that does this, and I think you're not far off from other criminals that are serial killers and hitmen and those kind of things.
Oh no, it's there's a razor's edge in between.
You're right there, man. They wouldn't take them long to cross over.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's all we got. That's a long one today, Juice.
That's okay.
All right, that's a long one. But I'm gonna get out of here, and we'll see you next time on the next episode. Say bye, Juice.
Bye, Juice.
All right.